back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Always delighted to have Beth Guide here in my studios. She's really quite brilliant. I'm delighted to know her. I consider her a resource when it comes to what's going on in SEO, the constantly changing SEO front with her company, SEO 411, SEO411.com. And always like the guests you bring on. You always bring some great guests, by the way, Beth. Glad to have you on the program today. How are you?
I'm doing okay, Kevin.
Tell us your story about SEO 411 before you introduce your guests.
Story is we've been doing this 17 years, and it's an ever-changing canvas, and you have to stay up on it, and we try to stay ahead of where best practices are and how to stay working the way Google wants you to work, but how to, take a business and make it visible on the internet, but those lines between brick and mortar and internet are crisscrossing now, and you have to understand how to make it work and interact properly with your business and the internet to make it work right.
Very good, very good. And tell us about your guest today.
My guest today is Mary Gilcrease. She owns Concierge Unlimited, and what I think is interesting, I always try to look for two things. How do I help a business, and how do I help a business owner? And this lady falls in the latter category of how to help a business owner, because I think we all have a unique set of challenges, because our time is so broken up and so scarce to have to take anything extra on. And she actually is the best. I'm going to say she does all these extra services that help a business owner, because life still goes on regardless of whether you have a meeting to go to or a place to go to. You still have parents, you still have children, and she's got an awesome background. So I want her to tell us about her background, because her background from where she started and where she is now, and then how her business is. I think it's very diverse. And I think you're very well qualified to do just about anything. So, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Okay. My name is Mary Gilcrease, and we have a company called Concierge Unlimited. We're over 10 years old. Started in Austin. I'm a nurse. Mm-hmm. Cardiac intensive care was my background. And in Austin, we owned 4 small assisted living for seniors. And one day I walked in and I had a family member very upset, saying she wished she could spend more time with her mother. And she had to pick her husband up at the airport and plan a child's birthday and get a housekeeper. And I said, let me go do those things for you so that you can spend more time for your mother. And that was how it kind of got started back in Austin 10, 11 years ago.
Wow, that's fantastic. And so it's kind of a twist on something that's already been there. I mean, the reality is that these people need help, and but we kind of knee-jerkily think only in this one area of providing that assisted living. The reality is they need assistance in living.
Living.
And those who are doing the care.
We started out as helping family members who were caring for seniors, because seniors was my basic background. But now it has evolved into busy professionals or trying to help them keep a life and work. So what can we do for you? And it runs the gamut. All the way from, I have a client this week that I'm helping with his banking accounts to close out some business accounts and move those things, all the way up to on Saturday, I get to go escort the mayor of Baytown through a car racing track. And so what a huge gamut of services that we can provide to keep people on track with their personal lives and succeed in their business lives.
Very cool. Beth, your question?
What did you tell me about single dads? I think you have a great story there. Go ahead. Because most single dads are executives, so let's start there.
Okay. Well, some of our best clients are single men, need a wife and don't have one. So what can we do to help you guys? I have several clients who I remember their mother's birthday. I help plan their events. We make sure that there's food in the refrigerator when they come home from a trip. So all those things that we can do for them. Now, what I was telling Beth earlier was I'm usually can tell when those days are over, because if I see the same girlfriend for 2 or 3 weeks, I know what's going to happen. They're going to start saying, oh, honey, don't pay her. I'll do that for you. Of course, I know that in 3 to 6 months, I'll be, back on the job.
And you might have 2 people you're helping. So, yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So it's interesting. So do you have what makes up your operation in terms of people involved in helping you help your clients?
Okay, so, I'm usually smart enough to know that I can't know everything about everything. So I've tried to surround myself with people who are really good at the things I'm not, such as I have a bookkeeper. I don't like to do the money end of it. We have TABC bartenders for events. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. We have some part-time housekeepers that can go in. I could do that, but don't want to. So there's surrounding myself with people to help me keep my life going and organized so that I can go out there and help everybody else.
Very good. Beth?
One of the other things you were telling me about, which I've encountered this, so as I think as our parents age, we end up with a unique situation in this sense. You were saying you help somebody with the Medicare paperwork or Medicaid paperwork. The thing is, there has to be a lot of research to figure out how to fill that paperwork out correctly. And if you want to go ahead and take that up, because I think that's an important thing. You have a unique skill set in that way.
Well, we've done a lot of senior care type things. We've published free resource guides. I help senior care businesses do marketing strategies. I write a lot of policy and procedures to keep these guys on the up and up with the state so that they can provide excellent care for seniors. The problems are with the baby boomers now and the growing segment of geriatrics, we're running into problems. Some of these seniors were unable to properly take care of their monies, and now we're having to do either spend downs. I'm not a lawyer. I cannot advise on those issues, but I can refer you to really great elder law attorneys who can help you with that. In the meantime, they still need to be cared for. So what are we going to do with that? For example, when I leave here today, I've done a Medicaid pending, difficult but done. We found a small facility for him to go to, and I'll be there to help the family through that paperwork. So they've been referred to an attorney for the legal aspects, and I will be there to help with the admission paperwork. There's 100 pages that they need to go through and have
and I'm
explained.
sure they're in a pretty emotional state while they do that anyway. So it's not something they've been looking forward to. So.
This is never an easy situation.
So it's good to be able to have someone who's kind of emotionally detached, to help navigate through that, and that's very important. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you, this is one of the hottest issues facing the sandwich generation, those who have young children and also have senior parents. Mary Gilcrease, great job. Thanks for being with us. And that's conciergeunlimited.net. And, of course, as always, Beth Guide. Great job as always. Great guest.
Thank you.
Yeah, very timely topic. Beth Guide, she's phenomenal. You have any questions about SEO, she's answered them. And, in fact, she's even been a thought leader in defining what SEO is all about, literally. And so she was doing SEO before that expression even existed.
Absolutely.
And so she's a pioneer. SEO411.com. I can recommend her without hesitation. Thanks to both of you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You have a
Thank you.
good one, Kevin.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, you are listening to The Price of Business. Forgot the name of my show. That's scary. We'll have more for you right after this on this station.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. I'll set the nation